Andy Roberts with Cressa. Cressa is honored to make sure the real estate supports the growth of all the companies being recognized here this evening. We're a proud sponsor of the ACG Fast 40 for a number of years in a row. Hats off to the honorees and looking forward to seeing what the future holds for you.
First and foremost, it's our people. Other than that, we like to say this was our plan, but fact is it wasn't. It was God's plan from the very beginning. What we were able to do was we were able to pull a familiar team together of individuals who had worked with each other for years, who had like-minded principles and core values, yet were different and unique in their perspectives. And I really think that's been the success for our beginning as a company. And beyond that, we've been super blessed with having the support of the industry vendors and subcontractors in the construction market, and then just owner representatives and clients reaching out, and us being a fresh company at a time when really there aren't many fresh general contractors starting up in Georgia. So it's really created an opportunity for us to be unique and have that niche in the market.
Yeah. You agree? Yeah, I'd agree. I think everybody, it's been an overwhelming amount of support that maybe we didn't realize we were going to get, right? You don't really know who's behind you till you need them. And when we needed them, the people that we're working with have shown out, and we're so grateful for them and so blessed by God to be here today.
Both of us have been in the industry a long time. My gray hair, I've been in it just a little bit longer. So we've had connections just that you build throughout the years. And I always say it's not always what you know, it's who you know and who you meet along the journey. And what we've been able to do as we've built our company is pull together some of those people that we've met through the years that we knew would be a great cultural fit. To us, culture is everything in our business. We are obviously a very fast-growing business by being here. However, we could probably have doubled or tripled our growth had we just hired for the sake of filling a position. But for us, it's more about getting the right team member on or on the bus and in the right position, in the right seat on the bus. And to do that, it takes a little time. So we hire slow, ensuring we get the right culture, and then cumulatively, we set a high expectation, and we set the bar high. And when you have the right team, then they work together to do all they can to achieve it.
What Rodney talked about, growing the team, right? Growing the culture, it's natural to the team that we have, but it's a lot of new clients, it's new faces, and anytime you step out and start something new, you're going to be faced with new challenges. I consider them opportunities. I think that's a positive way to look at it. And I think our team has done nothing but go over and beyond, obviously, if we're here today, for taking on challenges and just tremendously excelling and overcoming anything that they're presented with.
So first of all, I think our biggest challenge from day one is we had to take a step back. You know, a lot of us were familiar with running a large company. I had experience building a large company from a very small company once upon a time. And so I was at the point where we were building large projects. So day one, we had to take a humbled approach and take a step back and realize this is a new company. This is not that same company. So we had to reset that expectation of what we were pursuing. And then number two, we had to, when we would pursue an opportunity, we had to talk with those clients and answer the hard question of, we know you, we know your experience, we know you personally can do this, but why should we have trust in a new company? What assurance can you give us that you're going to be around in a year? Those are tough questions to answer, and ultimately it comes down to they're not buying a company as much as they're buying the people behind the company. And that has been our saving grace. That has been the one differentiator that has grown our business. Obviously, as a builder, you run the potential liability of a market recession, a market slowdown. However, I got to tell you, knock on wood, I think one advantage that we have also had is we are blessed to be a business in Georgia. You can tell by the way I talk, I'm a Georgia guy, so that's not just me being a homer. I've been a part of a peer group of similar companies and non-competing regions around the country, and to be a business in Georgia at this time is a huge advantage from just the governor's pursuit and legislation attracting businesses. Those businesses bring people. The people bring children. Children need schools. We build schools. We build retail. So all of the infrastructure behind the new growth in businesses coming to Georgia has been a godsend. And it's a fantastic time. So I'm sure that we have a potential headwind out there. Certainly workforce development, which they are actively and intentionally working on at the state level. I mean, workforce development is a challenge in our industry. However, I feel confident that with their identification of it and intentional investment in it, that they will get that fixed just as they have everything else. We're very different, first of all, leaders. And that's why we work very well together, right? Every yin needs that yang, and I think we have been blessed. We worked in the periphery with each other previously, and I know working with each other each and every day, it's been a blessing to kind of learn more and more about Tanner's leadership style. I think for me personally, I see the bigger picture. I'm a driver. I mean, nothing's ever good enough. We wake up, we can hit a home run today. I will wake up tomorrow and wonder, hey, how can we do that just a little bit better? And the blessing behind Tanner being a partner is that he is just about as competitive a person as it gets, and he wakes up thinking the same thing. How we go about managing people is a little different. You want to touch on your style?
Yeah, I think, the yin and the yang, like Rodney said, right? Like, he might be the dreamer and I'm in the moment that day, right? So we work really well to that. I think the one thing that our people know about us and that we know about one another is that no matter what the day, no matter what the challenge, it's genuine. Like, we truly care about what we're doing. This business wasn't built to sell. It was built for a legacy that we wanted to leave, and that includes the families that are part of it. I mean, today we can name, spouses and kids, and we have a family-filled environment that's genuine, and I think that's what you get here. I think that's where the culture comes in. And so no matter how hard we are on the issue, we're soft on the personality. And I think that's how I like to lead, and I hope that that's how our team perceives me and Rodney as well.
Being that a target client base for us is not just in the Atlanta area, it is throughout Georgia. And typically, we work in a lot of smaller rural areas of Georgia, where the biggest thing that they'll see under construction in that community will be a hospital, a courthouse, or school. And we have the ability to work on any one of those three. So we're in these smaller communities, and what that is an opportunity to show that next generation what our industry is about. So we understand that when we go into that community, we not only represent our client, however, we represent the industry, and we try and give back just as much as we can in each one of those individual industries. We do that through the use of scholarships. So we give out a scholarship in many of the communities to graduating seniors who are wanting to continue pursuit in the field of STEM. In addition to scholarships, we're giving back to the local chambers. We're giving back to the local school systems directly for continuing education. I sit on the board at Kennesaw University's Construction and Architecture Department. AGC, I'm a past board member there. We are members now. We try and keep our finger on the pulse of what it is that is impacting our industry within the communities that we work.
Our primary market is education, right? So in a community, no greater way to impact a community immediately than to be in education work, and it's great what these teachers and educators do. Lord has blessed them with a specific skill set that they put out there every day, and we're just a small piece of that, right? We just provide the facilities in which they use to grow the youth and the next generation, like Rodney said. So there's no greater impact for me personally than to be doing the educational work that we are in our communities And along with that, we do a lot with the foundations. He mentioned the education, the chambers. I mean, it's just easy when you're in those communities to really get involved and entrenched in what they're doing and how they're growing and give back in many ways.
I'm Rodney Smith, President and CEO of SmithBuilt Construction Group.
And I'm Tanner Parker, Vice President and Partner at SmithBuilt Construction Group.
And we're excited to be a 2025 Georgia Fast 40 honoree. ACG Atlanta.
Driving middle market growth.